Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So dear student, so today's experiment is to find the variation of photoelectric current with the intensity of light. So what is photoelectric current? Photo means light, electric means electrons. The photoelectric current, the current produced by the impact of light on some material. When we fall some light on a material, it ejects the electron. So we say that such type of current is photoelectric current. The here current is provided by the light, not by the battery. So in such situation, you don't need any battery, anything related to which cause the flow of electron in any circuit. You can see a symbolic diagram, schematic diagram here, which shows the PN junction diode. And when light radiations fall on the junction, it produces the current and which can be measured by any ammeter, or we can connect here a light source or bulb and which will glow as a result of this light radiation. Here no battery is involved in PN junction right now, and we are getting current without any power source, artificial power source. So that is why this current is known as the photoelectric current. Concept behind this experiment is the photoelectric effect, which is mean photoelectric effect means when light fall on some metallic material of light of suitable frequency fall on some metallic material, it produces the current. Remember, it happened under certain conditions. We required certain amount of energy to eject the electron from material, which is known as the work function. Below that energy, emission cannot start from the material. Electrons in this diagram will only emit if the radiation incoming photons have certain frequency. That frequency limit is known as the threshold frequency. Minimum frequency required to eject electron from the surface of any material. So this is also related to material properties. This happened only in certain cases, not with all the materials and with not all, possible with every type of frequency. The probability of the occurrence of the photoelectric effect is related with the visible light and then metal materials. If you change the material and some material is ejecting the electron with yellow light, and if you change the material, so then possibility is there that certain other material may not emit the electron from that material with certain with that wavelength, uh, yellow color. So here you may have to change the frequency, may have to change the light. Now possibility is that maybe that material requires more energy to eject the electron. So it changes material to material. So that is why this is not fixed with uh, only with the amount of energy required to eject the electron. Rather, this is also fixed with the type of the material as well. So we usually say such type of reaction as the light matter interaction. So this concept was given by Einstein, and he also calculated the energy and given to provide the famous equation of the photoelectric effect. Means incident energy, HF, will be used by the material work function, mean work function, to eject the electron. If energy is provided greater than the work function, then remaining amount of energy will become the kinetic energy of the electrons. Some material may be ejected from the top of the surface, and some material may eject the electrons on the depth with the depth of the material. So it may change. Maximum kinetic energy of electron may be different for the different electrons, although material is same. So here, this type of the photocells, one of them is the photoemissive cell, in which we have to provide the biasing voltage, and incident electron light fall on some material, cathode material, electron ejected from the cathode material. They travel the distance, some distance, and collected at the anode. In this way, circuit completed, and we can see the current flowing through the circuit. So this is the schematic of the photoemissive cell. Another type of the cell is the photovoltaic cell. In photovoltaic cell, PN junction material mainly used as shown in the diagram, and there are layers of the electrode material on the N-type, P-type silicon or any diode material. When light fall on the material, light absorbed by the material, and then current flows through the circuit without any battery. So potential difference of the junction used as a battery in this case. We provide the biasing of for the electron. Similarly, third one is the photoconductive cell. Its conductivity depends upon the light. When light fall on material, its conductivity increases. So there are so many applications in our surrounding related to this concept, photoelectric effect. One of them major is the solar panel, which are being used these days to convert the light into electrical energy. Which provides the DC current, and we have to convert the current into alternate current, and then can use it for our home appliances. So a very important application for this experiment is the photomultiplier tubes, PMTs, which are being used in cameras as a sensor, and their function is to convert the light into electrical energy. So when light can be converted into electrical energy, most of the time it provides us a very low output energy. In order to enhance that current, photomultiplier tubes are used, known as the where mean they multiply the photons, light effect of the light. So they have certain internal gain, which is determined by the number of diodes and electrodes being used in the circuit. So this is schematic diagram of the photomultiplier tube. One, at the start of the circuit, we see that there are photon radiation which fall on some its cathode material, but next anode material is at higher potential than this cathode material. Electrons ejected from this cathode material being accelerated towards the anode with many times higher kinetic energy than normal cases. So when they strike with the anode material, they produce the further emission of electron. Means incident electrons producing the further electrons. So those electrons known as the secondary electrons. So this process is now secondary emission, not anymore photon emission. So photoelectric effect occurring only at the start of the circuit. After that, there is only secondary emission in process. So next anode material is higher than the previous anode material. So it will further accelerate the electrons. Suppose there are two electrons striking right now on this anode, they will produce the four electrons further. So in steps, there are electrons which will multiply in each step. So at the end of the circuit, we may get the many times higher number of electrons than in this early process. That is why this circuit is known as the uh, photomultiplier tube. And function of the dynode means the material, the electrodes which are simultaneously working as a cathode and anode. Means this cathode is this electrode material is a node with respect to this one, but this was cathode with the another next electrode. So that is why these are known as the dynode material. So efficiency of the photomultiplier tube also depends upon the number of dynodes being used in the circuit. So photomultiplier tube is most widely used in the where we are have very low intensity of light, night vision cameras, or in CCD cameras, charge coupled device cameras. The photodiode applications and other so many applications given in the manual, which you may study them in thorough detail so that you can understand its importance. So coming back to start, so how we will find the intensity in this case, because as shown in this diagram, there is only one bulb, then photodiode inside this box, and an ammeter is connected here. When we change the distance, there are so many ways to change the intensity of light. One of them is the distance from between detector and light source. If you increase the distance, definitely number of photons per unit area of the detector will reduce. So we will say that intensity will decrease as a result. Similarly, if you increase the power of the light bulb, suppose we are using here 60 watt bulb, then instead of 60 watt, we replace the bulb with 100 watt or 200 watt bulb at same distance, the intensity will increase because now power of the source has been increased. So all other factors has been constant in this case, means power of the source, and there is no other source between light and bulb and detector, only air is involved here. So all the sources putting constant, we will take the only distance dependence in this equation. So intensity will be equal to the reciprocal of the square of the distance. A constant value will be put here in this experiment as a 1 unit. So current will determine from the ammeter. So we will show us ratio will provide us the information that this ratio is constant. If you keep on increasing the intensity, photoelectric current will increase as a result. So this is the photoelectric effect experiment and determining the intensity of light. So next video I will show you the performance of the experiment as well.